Hi folks, today I'm going to do something different, not much of a review, but I'm going to make bread pudding because tomorrow's Thanksgiving and this is one of the desserts we're having, and I'm going to show you my way of making it. So first we're going to start off with some of the products that I use. For the bread, I use a Hawaiian sweet roll, because it's already got like a sweet taste to it. You're going to need 2 packages of this. If you're making this will make a batch. Let me see what size this is. I'm not sure what size this is, but it's a pretty big baking dish, cake pan. And give you an idea of how big it is. And basically how you do that is, sorry, I got a little helper down here. My little daughter. Basically, you want to take 2 pans and you want to set them like this, and that's how you're going to do it, because it's going to shrink up, it's going to expand. What I do is I cut them, I lay the whole thing out and I cut them diagonal, like I've already did with this one, and then I'll cut across. Alright, and then you just want to take these and you're going to butter the dish. So I'm going to set you down over here, and a lot of stuff already mixed up and measured out. I'm going to aim at the pan so you can see. What you want to do is get you some butter, any kind of butter. I use a Country Crock Light. You don't have to use Country Crock Light, you can use any butter that you prefer to use. And you want to butter the pan, the dish, I should say, it's not a pan, glass dish, or you can use a regular metal cake pan. Some more of that right down. Spread throughout the whole thing. This will probably be broken down into 2 parts. The second part will probably be the vanilla sauce that I make. It goes on top. Alright, what you want to do? This right here just kind of helps it so it doesn't burn, and the butter tends to give a little bit of flavoring. Okay? Next you want to do is take your bread that you cut up, and you want to just kind of layer it in there. Really good. You want to kind of like layer this almost like a lasagna. Alright. Okay, I'm going to get my other package open over here. Get ready to get started on that. Some options for extra ingredients are almonds or walnuts or pecans, if you choose. I'm not really fond, I don't really care for too much in my bread pudding, but what I do like to put in my bread pudding is raisins. Any raisins will do. Any raisins will do. So what I do is I'll start off with about 2 packs at first. It's cheap old raisins, just sprinkle them throughout the whole thing. And 2 will probably do it. Depending on how much you're making, you might need a 3rd. But I always start off with 2, and then if I need 3, I'll make 3. And it looks like 3 is going to be enough. Okay, now for your next batch, you're going to also cut your other loaf. You can actually cut the rolls in half too. Okay, now we're going to make our custard that's going to go on top before we put our layer on top. What you have to make is 4 beaten eggs, 4 beaten eggs, 4 cups of milk, any kind of milk, I've already measured this out. Give that a little bit of a stir. And I'm going to dump half of this out, spread it all over the place. This is your custard. The reason why I say dump half of it out, because we have some mixes that need to go in the mix with half. Unless you got a bigger bowl, and then you won't need to dump half of it out. I'm dumping half of it out because I got more mix that I need to go in here that's got to be mixed in. Let me move this over here out the way so you guys can focus on the bowl and see the bowl when I'm dumping into it next. Okay, you're going to need to dump 1 cup of granulated sugar, half a cup. That's a full cup. Okay, now I'm going to take the rest of my bread and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to layer this on the top. That's it on this last bit of breading. I'm going to show you what that looks like before I top this, but I want to go ahead and get my seasonings in here. Rinse. Wife hates when I make messes, so I try to keep going. You want to sprinkle just a little bit of nutmeg. I'm going to say about a pinch. Add 2. Be enough nutmeg. And you're going to want about a teaspoon of cinnamon. I don't have measurements here. I'm going to kind of wing it here. A teaspoon right there. And you're going to want about a teaspoon of vanilla. This also is optional. Some Jim Beam or any kind of bourbon you want. This is optional too, but I usually just put like a little splash in there. And I'm going to whisk this together. Get it all incorporated. At this point, you're going to want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Okay, this is going to bake for about 45 minutes. We'll go ahead and show you that right there, how that's all layered up. Big, fluffy. Once this liquid gets on top, the custard mix, it's going to be good. It's going to start to settle. Okay, so I'm just going to drizzle this right over top our other mix. We want to soak into the bread, just like so. Okay, now what I do, I'm going to grab my spatula that I had with my butter. A little bit of butter still left on it, ain't going to hurt nothing. Just kind of smear a little bit of butter on top. You don't want this stuff to burn. This will help keep it golden. And just kind of push it down some. Kind of get the bread to soak into the custard. That's what that milk and egg and sugar mix was. It was a type of a custard that's going to cook and kind of thicken up some. That's what you want to do. You want to soak that bread, push it down just a bit. You don't want to squash it down there. Just kind of push it down so it's not going to be so over fluffied. Okay, just like that. Now, at this point, if you want to sprinkle